So today I kind of just wanted to go over what my design was. I kind of wanted to focus more on like the area around the seat rather than just the seat itself. Just a little chair here, just like a regular stool. I think the idea of a kitchen, like the aesthetic of it, was really what I was going for here.
Alright, so this is my design sketch for my ideal chair. It's reclinable and it's got wheels so you can turn it around 360 degrees and move it around to better fit the area. It's also got the retractable footrest so you can lay it back with the recline and put your feet up as well. And it's also utilizing hard plastic for the structure as well as some leather and textile fabrics for the rest of the chair. But overall, it's definitely designed for comfort.
Hello, my name is Matthew Hollingsworth. Here is my sketch for my ideal seating. It is a movable chair and is for indoor use. And here is a side view, and here is a front view.
For my design, I wanted to make it out of terracotta, and it will include natural elements such as organic shape and feel, and the long layout will allow for comfort and max seating. I also wanted to maybe use recycled materials for sustainability and comfort.
Hello, my name is Robert Lind, and this is my seating area design. The seating area doubles as a personal office and an area and a hangout area with displays, computer, and surround sound.
My name is Juan Sanchez, and for my design sketch, I wanted to make the most ideal chair for myself. So I like a big, comfortable chair, which is why it's 3 feet tall and 2 feet wide. It reclines, it spins, it has wheels, and it also has a cup holder for my drink, so I never have to get up. That was the ideal chair for me.
Hi, I'm Angel Waringa, and this is my sketch design. So the atmosphere I was going for was a nice place to sit in nature. So for the key elements, we have trees in the background with lights, we have a hammock to relax in, we have tree stumps, a nice bench, and then mosquito repellent plants. Thank you.
So for Nadia's design, what we have is a sunken fire pit, patio seating, and it consists of a round sofa, got concrete stairs, tempered glass in the fire pit, and plants to give it more of a natural aspect, but nothing too complicated. And Nadia's design was actually the design that our group is going to elaborate more on because it is a very well thought out design. It's extremely simple, like the color palette is neutrals and blacks and white. It's simple with the sofa and the outdoor stairs, but it still has a very sleek and well thought out design.
When looking at the design process, you have to be able to identify a problem or a purpose to create a design. The purpose of this design was to create the ideal seating area. When designers are able to identify the problem, an intellectual plan can be made to solve for it via design.
Hello, so collecting data is an important part of the design process. You're going to want to ask what is the goal of this research. You're going to want to maybe interview who the design is for, what kind of atmosphere do they want, what kind of activities they're going to be doing in that space. Um, and then you're also going to want to look at constraints like price, size, balance, time frame that this needs to be built in. Also, once you have all that data, you can separate it in between qualitative and quantitative, looking at the size, the color, the appearance, and then qualitative, looking at the data, the numbers, the logistics of it. After you have all that data, you are able to analyze and prepare for the next step, which is brainstorming.
When looking at the design process, brainstorming can be very vital. Brainstorming encourages creative thought and allows for the creation of unique creative solutions to a problem. Brainstorming encourages all ideas, no matter how realistic or unrealistic they can be. As a result, ideas can be combined or utilized to solve an identified problem. Brainstorming can also create many solutions for a singular problem. Additionally, the types of materials as well as the land usage can be visualized through brainstorming. Brainstorming in this design was utilized to create an ideal seating area, as well as the materials and layout.
When it comes to testing a possible chair design, I think it depends on where the designer would want the chair to be. So basically, if the chair is meant for something like public use, then they could maybe ask like a few people how they like the design, and maybe ask like a local company or another designer to review the chair to get like its pros and cons. And if it's meant for, say, indoor use, like as furniture, they could maybe ask like an interior designer what they think about the design. Um, Really, basically, it's about the designer would need to they would need to know if there's anything that needs to be changed about their brainstorm chair design for it to move on to the next stage, which would be the prototyping stage.
So when it comes to prototyping is definitely one of the most important parts of the design process. So when you're prototyping, it allows you to test a real model. So in a project that I did, I was able to design and print out the design to test it. I actually had to go through like 3 different models or different prototypes till I got the one that I wanted. And here is some of the circuitry for this project as well. And as you can tell, this is definitely not the final product because prototyping is not the finished project. All you're doing is doing what you can to test to make sure when you go to the finished project, it's ready for release. And this is what it would eventually become. So as for this right here, what we would do to prototype is we would get the curved sofas, we would test them out, see if, they meet the desired needs. Like, are they even tall enough? Are they soft enough? If this is going to be outside, are they going to have enough resistant to the weather? As for the tempered glass, making sure that fire can still go through the pit. There has to be enough airflow to get the fire going, but the glass also has to let enough heat off, but not so much that it's burning you and you can sit that close, and so on and so forth. And then once all that has been tested with the prototype, then you can put it all together for the final project.
So I just wanted to go over why receiving feedback on your design is such an important part of the design process. If you are not having people look at your work, you're going to make mistakes, and you're going to make a lot of them. In the design world, you need to have other people look at your designs and get those different opinions and experiences in your design process. We talked about in the lectures how traveling was so important simply because of the fact that you get different point of views, and it's just as important to get feedback because of that. Because if you're the one person designing something, for example, if you were designing a building and you just designed it the way you think it should be designed, there could be other people that could plan for things that would happen that you can't think of, like natural disasters or anything like that.
Overall, the sunken patio design allows for max seating due to its shape and the 2 sofas and 2 sets of stairs. It has a natural flow to it. The plants allow for a nice touch of nature to the design, and using colors such as white, black, and tan allow for a seamless design that is welcoming and warming. This is a great way to socialize because of the design. You are facing one another, which is a very, again, welcoming thing.